Should you get time off when your pet passes away? According to Erica Sinner, CEO of Directory, she calls herself not a chief executive officer, but a chief empathy officer. And at her company, Directory, they do something that's fairly unique, fairly uncommon, but she thinks it should become more widespread. She, at Directory, offers pet bereavement leave for her employees. Isaiah, you think this is something that should expand out, that more and more companies need to adopt the policy of paid pet bereavement leave?
I feel like I'm not against it.
Uh-huh.
If your dog dies, your longtime dog dies, I feel like that bereavement time is just as warranted as almost anybody's.
I mean, you think about it, you live with your dog.
It's part of your family.
Other people that you could be justified in taking bereavement time off for, and they could be people you haven't seen or spoken to in years.
Your dog's like for me, Jim's like my kid.
Yeah.
He's like my child. When he passes away, it's like watching your own child pass. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah. I feel like this is what I always think about with stuff like this too. Think about coming in, think about you're an employer, and you've got an employee coming in, their dog just died. You think that employee is going to be getting some real good work done? You think they're real, especially if it's anything like public facing? I mean, maybe they'll get some sympathy because they're going to probably bring it up to several people, several customers, probably. but you're like, if you're working at a bank, you're probably, if you got customers coming in,
you're going to be bringing that up.
I feel like you mention it.
I don't think you mention it.
I think you do. I think you do. Easy sympathy. And how?
Oh, sorry, I'm going so slow. My dog died this morning.
Yeah, I think you could definitely use that.
Sorry, your burger came out late. My dog passed away.
Yeah, yet again. Yeah, if you're working at Burger King, I don't know if they're probably the most forward thinking when it comes to paid time off. But you think you're an employee that's pets just died. You think they're going to be getting some real good burgers flipped for you? You think they're going to be putting their best foot forward at work that day? Probably not. You should probably just give them the day off anyways.
I think about it the other way around as well. Like if your pet died and you're going to sit across from me all day, I don't want you in here.
That's right.
The mere fact that, like, it's just, I know you're going to be in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I know you're going to be upset. And obviously I'm going to say, like, I'm sorry about your pet passing. But then I feel like I'm walking on eggshells the rest of the day. It makes me feel uncomfortable being here.
If we were desk mates and your pet had passed away, obviously at first it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, whatever. But then, yeah, you have to spend the whole rest of the day together. Can you make jokes?
No.
Then it's like, then I start to tell something about my dog, but I'm like, wait, no, I shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't bring up a pet in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's numerous reasons why pet bereavement time.
You only get one day, though.
Yeah, I think one day's enough.
One day. The day after.
But then again, here's what I'm thinking, though. Some people, if you offer specifically pet bereavement time, then the people without pets are going to feel discriminated against. So what I think is you should offer more, or you should allow pets to qualify for bereavement time. That's all. Because realistically, too, how often do you need to use your bereavement time?
Almost never.
I have worked here for several years. We get multiple days of bereavement time every year. I've never used any of it. And I've had grandparents die. I haven't been able to go. I should use that time. I should. Yeah. But yeah, so yet again, pet bereavement time, specifically for pets, maybe not, but just allow employees to use their bereavement time on pets. I don't see the downside.
I'm going to start fostering pups, older pups.
Just so you can get extra days off.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.